assembly members in that state. And of course, the appointment of Rear Admiral Ibas, retired, to be the sole administrator of the state. And of course, the National Assembly purported ratification of that decision, and we have with us somebody who knows really about the workings of the National Assembly. Is here with us virtually, and he is Honorable Lasun Yusuf. He was the deputy speaker at the House of Assembly, at the House of Reps between 2018 and 2022, and he represented his good people of Orolu, Oshogbo, Olorunda, and he's here with us virtually. Good to have you, Honorable, join us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure having me.
All right. Now, a quick one because of our time. Firstly, two questions. Number one, what is your impression of this development since 2-3 days ago that the president has made this proclamation? You had the number 2 man at the House of Reps at some point, so you know the implication of taking this kind of step. Let me ask you firstly, your impression of this development.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly correct certain things. I was the deputy speaker between 2015 to 2019.
All right.
And presented Irepo-Odun, Orolu, Olorunda, Oshogbo federal constituency in that order.
Right.
Now, state of emergency, yes. There are some provisions of the Constitution that says that government can intervene, especially government at the center, can intervene wherever there is crisis in any part of the country. And so, yes, but the kind of intervention that can be done varies and is so sacrosanct that certain things were done by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu that was not right. It was not right for him to have suspended the elected officials. So we don't need to beat about the bush. I've read a lot of comments about what happened in Rivers from so many diverse intellectual minds, but simply there is no provision of the Constitution that says that somebody somewhere should suspend the elected officials at any level at all. So that is completely wrong. But it is equally true that government at the center can intervene when there is crisis in any part of the country.
All right.
So it's as simple.
Yeah.
Unless you
yes.
details, there are many other details that are involved. And so it won't be nice to just speak on Mr. President alone and condemn his action. No, it is not right. The only part of action taken by Mr. President that I've condemned is that he has no right. The Constitution did not provide for it, that elected officials should be suspended.
All right.
But a state of emergency can be declared in any part of Nigeria.
All right. Very well. Let's talk about the National Assembly, especially, yes, the red chamber and the green chamber. Sir, if I may, sir, so that you can just... So that you can...
How much of time you have on this issue? There are so many other issues on Rivers State that is too germane, and it would be nice of someone of my status and having served at that level to just speak on what had just happened, just like that. So, if you will permit me, let's go back to Rivers State.
All right.
First and foremost, Fubara was made the governor. So Fubara, having been made the governor, has committed an offense in nature. What is the kind of that offense? In philosophy, they call something Faust. You go and look at it. Faust is F-A-U-S-T. Faust means you selling your soul to the devil to achieve a benefit. Fubara was never a politician. He was a serving civil servant in the Accountant General Office, who was made the candidate of the PDP by Wike. At the point when Fubara was being made the candidate of PDP, he had already sold his soul to the devil by accepting something he has never worked for. So first and foremost, on that grant, Fubara was wrong to have taken the candidacy, the ticket of PDP, to contest for the governorship of Rivers State at that point. He has committed what philosophers we call Faust. That is, you sell your soul to the devil because you want to gain some benefit.
Honorable is a Nigerian and he can always contest.
No. He was never a member of PDP. He could have come out, contested in a well-organized primary. Whether the primary was going to be organized or not, it's another kettle of fish in Nigerian politics, which I will not go into that. Let's be straightforward. So he has committed that. We call it fast in philosophy. You don't sell your soul because you want to gain a soul to the devil because you want to gain a benefit. Number two, Wike knew quite well that Fubara was not a politician. He was just a civil servant in the Accountant General office, because he wanted somebody who is going to be a weakling and somebody who's going to be the weakest link between him after exiting office and Rivers State Treasury. Two things. He wanted a weakling in the governor, and he wanted a weakest link between him and the Rivers State Treasury. So he picked Fubara, who he knew was never a politician and was at any point likely not to drag anything with him. So Wike was wrong too. That's the election. I call it morality. Let's go to the politics. The political angle of it is that there are so many politicians who have been in politics for a very long time. Some of them must have even been preparing for days when their opportunities will come to have a shot at the governorship of Rivers State. They were denied. Their times have been wasted. People don't know that the greatest investment of any politician is time. It's time. When you say you're a politician, you go to meeting every day, every month, year in, year out. When it is time for you to now, reap the fruit of that time you have spent, you are denied. And it's a time wasted. It's a part of a lifetime. Some people have been in politics since 1999, up to 2023, when that election took place. So such people have wasted a minimum of 25 years wanting to be a politician, to want to bring. So that's the political angle. What about the governance angle? At governance angle, Fubara was completely wrong, in the sense that you cannot run a state government without a House of Assembly. Let me say this morning. Some of us don't know the difference between democracy and representative democracy. They are two different things. The meaning of democracy, like Abraham Lincoln said it, is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. What does that mean? It means at every point in time, everybody within the space, and I mean it, that's the meaning of democracy. Everybody within the space at any point in time must always come together to vote on policies that is going to be attained by those living in that space. But you and I know it's not possible. Give, for example, in Osun, if you want to apply democracy in Osun, it means a minimum of 4 million people will always come together at every point to vote on particular thing. So because it is not really possible, we now design what we call a representative democracy. So what we are practicing is representative democracy. And so when it is the representative democracy, it is the legislator that becomes the most important. And it is the legislator that must be most visible. And in fact, if you go to the Constitution of Nigeria, the first arm of government that is listed is the legislator.
All right, Honorable Sir. All right, Honorable, because of time, sir. Honorable, very quickly, Honorable Sir, I would like us to speak. I would like us to speak.
Because let me tell you, everything that is in Rivers State, Fubara is wrong in entirety, Wike is wrong in entirety, then the president now put the icing on the cake by being completely wrong.
All right, sir.
That is Rivers State.
All right, because of time, Honorable Sir, I would like us to speak to facts here. You said in your speech that Fubara sold his soul to the devil. But sir, I would like us to speak to facts here. We do not have any evidence of that. You were right when you said Fubara was just... Please let me land. I'm coming, sir. I'm driving at something here. No, when you talked about Faust and how someone can sell their soul to the devil, in your opinion, you said Fubara sold his soul to the devil by accepting the nomination of Wike. But I want us to speak to facts here, Honorable Sir. We do not have any evidence that Fubara sold his soul to the devil. Whatever conversation Fubara had with Wike was not in public domain. They must have had their private agreements. That is none of
you are being hypocritical.
No. I'm driving at something, Honorable. Hold on, Honorable. Please let me land. I'm driving at something, Honorable. I just want us to speak to facts.
To come and partake is something you have never invested in, and it's as huge as being given the ticket of a party to become a governor of state, and you think certain things wouldn't have been done behind the closed door?
Yes, please, hold on, Honorable Sir. Yes.
Don't know about what went behind the door, then that means that thing does not exist. That is hypocritical.
Hold on, Honorable Sir. I'm driving at something. I just want us to speak to facts that we have. I understand you, Honorable, but I want us to speak to the facts.
That's the fact. It's a fact that when you benefit from something you have not invested in, then somewhere along the line, you must have sold your soul to the devil.
Absolutely, but Honorable Sir, we do not have any hard evidence regarding that. Now, here's my point, Honorable Sir. Wike nominated Fubara. He was just Accountant General of the state. We all know that. But again, what I'm trying to say, Honorable, is we do not have any facts that he sold his soul to the devil. And again, Honorable Sir, where does that leave our electoral... Honorable, even if Wike... I hope you can hear me, Honorable Sir. Even if Wike nominated Fubara, where does that leave our electoral system? Where does it leave our electoral system if we indict Fubara alone?
Which electoral system are you talking about? The electoral system that you and I know has always been rigged heavily in favor of whoever that can spend all the money in the world. There were two stages in this case. There was supposed to be a primary. No primary, and it was given to somebody who was not a member of any party. And there was a sitting governor who wanted the person he has chosen to be the governor. And he has all the money in the world to bribe whoever he wanted to bribe. And he got it done. You see, one of the major issues of Nigerian system is that we are too hypocritical. Let me tell you one of the few things the president did wrong. The House of Assembly that was purportedly sending impeachment notice to the governor. You and I must have seen a lot of clips of the 27 members who said they have defected from PDP that sponsored their election to APC. There are clips everywhere. Today, Nigeria is hypocritical about that. Nobody is talking about that. Nobody is behaving as if that thing did not happen. Why do we want to govern by hypocrisy? And so the basis is that there was no local stand at all for the 27 members in the first instance to say they are sending impeachment notice to Fubara. Because you've come on social media, on television, on several occasions, not once, not twice, not thrice, that you have defected from PDP that sponsored your party and your election to APC. And it is a settled matter at the level of Supreme Court that when you defect from your party to another party, when there is no feasible faction at the national level of your party, then you vacate your seat. You see, don't claim that I should prevent. Which facts should I prevent when facts are everywhere? So, two things anybody who wanted to address river issue should have addressed. I know Fubara was never right for almost 18 months or so that he has spent as the governor. He was never right at all. It was utter rubbish because you can't be governing the state without a House of Assembly. But why did the whole Nigerian system refuse to address the fact that the 27 members said they have defected from PDP to APC? It's deeper than the way
They only verbalized their defection. They didn't go through. They didn't submit their membership card. They didn't get another new membership card. They only verbalized.
I can't hear you.
He said their defection did not go through, okay? That they did not get membership cards, that they did not consummate that process
they only
of defecting.
To me as a journalist or as a politician, if you are talking to me as a politician, let me tell you this morning.
No, we deal with facts. We are speaking as journalists. We deal with facts.
I'm telling you a fact. You can't sit down in the studio and tell you are dealing with facts. Let me say the fact of Nigerian politics.
All right.
70% of people who contest for election in Nigeria, in most cases, get their party cards on the week of nomination or to election. That's a fact. 70%. It can be as high as 80%. You see people leaving one party today, they go to another party tomorrow. It's when they agree that they are going to nominate you and you are going to be the candidate. Then they go to National Secretariat to go and quickly organize a party card for you. I've been a politician since 1983 as a 300-level student in the university. Whatever I tell you about Nigerian politics, one, is not biased. I'm not bitter about anybody. I'm only telling you what I've gone through in 42 years. People go to election in Nigeria and are able to present a card, a supposed card by a party card membership just few days to their nomination. And you say you are dealing with facts. With facts.
Okay, Honorable Sir, please, Honorable Sir, in the case of Fubara, according to you, you said Fubara did nothing right in the time he spent there. But Honorable Sir,
because he never allowed the legislative arm of government to vote. You said according to me. Is it not in the Constitution? Have I not defined democracy to you?
Yes, I'm coming to there.
Democracy.
Okay.
You can't function without legislator.
But what would you have done differently if 27 members defected? He was left with no choice than to deal with the others.
What I would have done, if I wanted to continue as the governor, is to go back to the process that produced me, swallow my ego, and make sure the House of Assembly subsists. You say according to me, is it not the Constitution of Nigeria that there are 3 arms of government? Is it not Constitution of Nigeria that says there shall be a House of Assembly at the state level?
Right.
Is it not the Constitution of Nigeria that says you can only sit in plenary when you have 1/3 of the members, which is the quorum? 1/3 of the members is the quorum. But to pass law, you have to have 2/3 of the members sitting.
Absolutely.
And you bypass all those things and you say according to me. How is it according to me? How?
No, you said Fubara. Why I said according to you, you said Fubara got it.
You said Fubara.
No, you said Fubara got it wrong. You said he got everything wrong. That's why I quoted you. You said he got everything wrong.
He got everything wrong because there are 3 arms of government at any level.
All right.
And one arm was not present for that period.
Yeah.
Yes, and Honorable, that was simply because
that was not present was the most important arm.
Absolutely, Honorable.
Is that difficult for you to understand?
No, we understand the fact.
Am I speaking it from my head? Is it not in the Constitution?
We understand the fact you are stating.
What you are getting wrong here is this. What you are getting wrong here is this. Me, I'm not a Fubara man. I'm not a wicked man. I'm not a Tinubu man. I'm telling you politics vis-a-vis Constitution and morality. Why is it difficult for you to get?
No, my question is this, Honorable. When those House members defected, what would Fubara have done? He claims he's also obeying the law.
Follow my ego, go back to the process that produced me, and find some way of settling the matter with those who purportedly produced me. At that point, the only way for Fubara was to completely swallow his ego. And that's why you said you were arguing with me, he did not sell his soul. Why was it difficult for him to go back?
Okay, but what if he was trying to break away from godfatherism?
Closed door, behind the closed door, that this is what you will be doing for me if I made you the governor. But when he got there, the guy probably discovered, maybe because he wanted to be a nice person, or maybe because he felt, oh, this is too much to be given to an individual. He now started devising ways. I've told you, that was the only way. The only way was you have to swallow your ego. That's why when you are looking for something in life, They have warned us. I'm a Yoruba man. As a Yoruba man, we were trained not to find shortcuts to whatever we are looking for in life. And you kept arguing with me that he did not sell his
All
food.
right.
He would have swallowed that go.
All right, Honorable.
Go back to people who producing.
Yes.
Yeah. And make sure, and that was how he could have done it.
All right, Honorable. This is not an argument. It should not be. When we have somebody...
You are arguing with facts.
No, hold on, sir. When we have somebody of your stature, we will always be delighted to have you speak on issue of this nature. Now, away from the politics, because you have you talked about that and how we got here as, as a people. Now, the ratification of the decision of the president yesterday, I want to ask you because I know you are somebody that has the full understanding of the workings of the National Assembly, especially the House of Reps. The House of Reps ratified through a voice vote that decision of the president. The Senate did the same. And at the end of the day, the Speaker, Speaker Abbas mentioned the attendance, I said 243. And by law, they needed 240 to do that. But with a decision with a constitutional threshold, was it not wrong for that kind of huge decision to have been done through a voice vote yesterday? Was that right, Honorable?
Okay, it's not a yes or no answer. It's not a yes or no answer. First and foremost, as a former presiding officer of the House of Representatives, I can assure you 100% that I'm not going to sit in an interview to condemn my colleagues on the procedure that they took to ratify either a motion or pass a bill because of the fact that the politics of Nigeria is corrupt, is rigged, and in Yoruba land, they always tell us that somebody who is carrying a load and you tell him that the load is a little bit warped, they will say, you are only looking at the top, you are not looking down. So the Nigerian system already has a knock nail. Our political system, our leadership recruitment system, everything is strong. I'm not going to condemn the House of Rep or the presiding officer. I was a former member. That's an honorable status for anybody to have attained in life. One of the most powerful seats anybody can sit on. So I don't know what you will have wanted, you will have asked them to do.
You are honorable in your stature right now, either by age, either by being a parliamentarian, you are a patriot and you owe Nigerians that truth.
Listen, that's the hypocrisy of Nigerian system. The same constitution I quoted when it came to how things could have been done in Rivers State. It's the same constitution you want to quote on House of Remember, and you want me to stamp your own side.
No. We are talking we are speaking to fact and truth. You saw the proceedings yesterday, Honorable, don't you? You saw it.
If of the House of Representatives or a former member, that question can be properly answered. But me, as a former presiding officer, who knew what we normally go through to make sure that there is peace in the country, who always want to make sure that we are fair to the system, you wouldn't know the pressure. You want me to start explaining the kind of pressure Speaker Abbas passed through to ratify that request? It can only be felt by
someone. If you will say, because of your parliamentarian affinity with your former colleagues and your friends, it's fine. But let's talk about Osun State.
Don't put that. There's nothing like parliamentary affinity. What I'm saying is, I've sat on that chair that he sat on yesterday in trying to conduct the affair of Nigeria, not the affair of House of Representatives. I've sat on that chair several times, taking most difficult decisions that will make sure that Nigeria does not burn. It's all right. That will make the affair to the public.
It's all right.
Don't make this. You see, let me tell you this. You have to listen to. Don't of us are not so honorable about what we have done or what we are telling you. You don't see things from the activist end of your views. You have to be pragmatic when you see live. The way I've presented Rivers to you, you didn't agree because you have some set mind. Wike was wrong, Fubara was wrong, the president was wrong. Everybody that took part in decision process of what went on in Rivers till this morning was completely wrong.
All right.
So you now want to go back to the House of Rep.
You made that point earlier, and let me just reiterate, sir. Sorry, sir.
And do not say, oh, House of Rep, why will you do that?
No,
and
sir.
I just told you, not because I have affinity with House of Rep. It's because I've sat on that chair.
I understand. Totally, I understand, sir. And, we don't have a view. Sorry, sir. We don't have a view in this matter. We just ask these questions as the fourth estate of the realm, and that's why we are very happy when we got the opportunity to speak with you. But from my own end, lastly, and my colleague asked one question as well, as far as Osun State is concerned, a ranking member of the APC, the National Secretary, Ajibola Bashir, spoke about the state of emergency. He has spoken about that twice publicly, and he has said maybe it should be extended to Osun State as well. You are a critical stakeholder in this state. You have run to be governor before. What's your take on that?
Yes, Ajibola Bashiru, doctor, is my very good younger brother. I like him a lot. He's a young man. He has done so well for himself in life. It is not easy within the Nigerian system to have obtained a doctor of philosophy in law. That's huge. It's a big achievement. And it is not easy to have been commissioner for 8 years, senator for 4 years, and currently running as the Secretary General of APC. I like the young man. I like him. He's very, very brilliant. But when it comes to politics, he is very, very, very shallow when it comes to politics. And I mean it. You are calling for state of emergency in Osun because of what? The purported election that you are angry on was conducted sometimes in 2022. As a member of the fourth estate of the realm, I enjoin you to go search for the instrument of that election. What is the instrument? The supposed, I won't call it a ballot paper. They just printed the paper, and the title was Osun State Local Government Chairmanship Election. And they wrote just two rows, yes or no. There was no party logo. Even the APC that conducted the election didn't put their party logo on it. So where was that election? The votes that were counted for who? Because in Nigerian election, party goes to election or parties go to election. There are no logo. So how did you know that those who voted for APC? On that basis alone, if not because I know Bashiru very well, and I like him a lot, and I mean it for the bottom of my heart, because it is not easy for those things he has achieved for himself in private life. But when it's come to public life, he should once in a while keep short. It's outrageous. It's ridiculous. It's mind-bending for him to have asked for the declaration of state of emergency in Osun. Based on what? There was no election. What Oyetola did in 2022, that they are calling election now.
So sorry, Honorable. We really have to go, Honorable.
Organized amongst families. So when it comes to politics, Ajibola Bashiru should take it very, very easy.
Okay. All right, Honorable Sir. Because of our time, Honorable Sir, because of our time, we are so sorry. We really have to go now. But just before we leave, Honorable Sir, coming back to the topic for today, talking about the Rivers State case. And Honorable Sir, I really like to have your sincere opinion on this. A lot has happened. We all know the story. Couldn't the president have declared a state of emergency in Rivers without suspending the governor and the elected House of Assembly members? And number two, in your opinion, judging from your experience, Honorable Sir, according to a lot of Nigerians see the current National Assembly as a rubber stamp to whatever the executive does. What is your sincere opinion towards that? Because I'm still saying, and some eminent Nigerians believe that, fine, the president has the right to call on a state of emergency, but was it really necessary for the president to suspend elected officials? And what should the National Assembly have done differently? If you were there, sir, as a presiding officer, what would you have done differently in this case? Because two rights or two wrongs or three wrongs do not make a right.
First and foremost, let me tell you, anybody that is trying to analyze Rivers State, and I think the correct thing could have been done, is just deceiving himself for one singular reason. What has been happening in Rivers State in the last 18 months was unprecedented. We've never had a situation like that, where a House of Assembly member, we have the majority at the inception of that government declaring that they have left their party to another party. So it was a unique situation, very, very unique. Anybody that is commenting on it and trying to say they could have done this was wrong, because I wouldn't know how they would have solved. Because what brought out the problem eventually was the fact that the legislative arm of government was not operating. And how would they have solved the situation? That's why I said, immediately that thing happened, what everybody could have fought for, first and foremost, is to settle the issue of the House of Assembly, to make sure that the House of Assembly existed for that period. Once that was not done or achieved, nothing was special that was going on in Rivers State. It was a unique situation which our political system did not anticipate, which our constitution anticipated, but we refused to go through the route of a judiciary.
Honorable Sir, we really have to go now, Honorable Sir. We do really have to go now. I really wanted you to address the fact that...
Anytime you ask me questions about the conduct of National Assembly...
Exactly. I want you to address that, sir.
I will never condemn their conduct, because I wouldn't know what they passed through.
I think that's a fair place to leave it this morning. Honorable Lasun Yusuf, former Deputy Speaker of the Nigerian House of Representatives, we want to sincerely thank you for your time and always blunt take. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, we should go. It's been quite a program this morning. Trust us, is always about the betterment of this great nation called Nigeria. We should go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a wonderful program. I really wish we had more time. I do really wish we had more time, but unfortunately we have to go. Thank you so much once again for joining us. Emeka Daniel is my name, and you can check out this conversation on YouTube, on Western Spring Television, and all our social media handles on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you very much once again for joining us. Do have a wonderful weekend. Good morning. All right,
Femi Ojo is my name. We will make a return, God willing, on Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend, but please stay alive. Big shout out to the production team that has put this together with us.